was introduced to the home brewing craft, I guess, by a neighbor of mine. And as soon as he handed me that beer, he took me down to his basement and kind of showed me his operation. I went out and got my first homebrew kit, just started brewing. Things just kind of progressed from there. Anything you do, any hobby, anything you can create, the feeling that you get out of that. Nothing is more rewarding than pulling that sample poured out of the fermenter and everybody's enjoying that product, including myself.
This site produces a wide variety of products, specifically for breweries. We manufacture a couple of different PVC formulations as well as TPE.
Primarily we're selling into the bars, so if you walk into a cooler where the kegs connect to the dispensing system, we're the tubing that connects the keg into the main trunk line.
They have this beer, you know, this great product, and they just want to hook it up to the tap and dispense it. And so, you know, sometimes it's one of the last things people tend to think about, but it's one of the most critical.
Everything's critical through the brewing process, but like then you get to that end point where it's about to go in the customer's glass, and then, you know, it's completely out of the brewery's hand, but it tastes like an off flavor in the beer. I would judge a brewery on that right away, you know.
Tubing that touches beer can leave an off taste in the product. That is coming from, you know, various chemicals that might be in the tubing that either extracting are at a high rate or even at a low rate are extracting something that is just not compatible with the beer and doesn't taste good.
Pretty much everyone can remember back to their childhood the taste of garden hose water. We're trying to get as far away from that as we can. We're looking for products that aren't going to impart any sort of taste suppression or introduce any off flavors, off notes into the product that has been brewed by a brewmaster.
As a small business trying to grow, to tell someone, you know what, on second thought, we don't want you to pour our beer because we get a first impression. If somebody goes to another bar, drinks our beer out of a bad line, they're never going to try our beer again because they think it's on us. It's absolutely critical. I mean, it makes all the difference.
Brewmasters spend years developing different beer flavors, different beer recipes over time. You know, there's even instances where they're aging them, getting different flavor characteristics that they're perfecting. They're putting hard work into it, they're putting passion into it, and, you know, the worst thing that they can imagine is at the 11th hour, the dispensed tubing that's chosen puts an off note into their beer that they've perfected the recipe for.
Technique and consistency is the big thing. It's handling that beer all the way through from brew day all the way to pint glass. Takes time, takes a little bit of love, and you got to be proud of what comes out of the tank.